You are welcome to Dolly Toon TV YouTube channel. If you are just joining us, kindly click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so as to be notified whenever we post educative contents. Today's story is titled, Battle on the Street. Kindly sit back, relax and let's get started.
Once upon a time, in a small town nestled in the heart of the countryside, there lived two rival gangs, the Tigers and the Lions. For years, they had been bitter enemies, constantly fighting and causing chaos in the streets. It had gotten so bad that the local authorities had given up trying to control them, and the townspeople had resigned themselves to living in a state of constant fear and turmoil. One day, a young man named Jack moved into the town. He had heard about the ongoing feud between the Tigers and the Lions, but he had decided to make the town his home regardless. Jack was a kind and gentle soul, with a heart full of compassion and a strong sense of justice. He had always believed that violence was never the answer and that peace could only be achieved through understanding and empathy. As Jack settled into his new home, he noticed the tension in the town. He saw the fear in people's eyes and the scars of violence on the streets. He knew that he had to do something to make a difference, but he didn't know where to start. One evening, as Jack was walking home from the market, he saw a group of tigers and lions engaged in a heated argument. He could sense that a fight was about to break out and that it would be a violent one. Jack knew that he had to act fast if he wanted to prevent it. With a calm and steady voice, Jack approached the two groups and said, "Excuse me, gentlemen, but can I have a word with you?" The Tigers and Lions looked at Jack with suspicion, but they were intrigued by his presence. Jack continued, "I know that you have been enemies for a long time, but have you ever stopped to think about why you're fighting? What are you really fighting for?" The Tigers and Lions looked at each other, then back at Jack. They had never thought about the reasons behind their feud. Jack explained, "You're fighting over something that doesn't matter. Your differences don't define you, they don't make you better or worse than each other. What matters is that you're all human beings, with families and loved ones who care about you. You have more in common than you think." The Tigers and Lions listened to Jack's words, and something began to shift in the air. The tension dissipated, and the anger turned into curiosity. They started to talk to each other, asking questions, sharing stories. They realized that they had more in common than they had ever thought possible. As the night wore on, Jack watched as the two groups became friends. They laughed and joked, they shared food and drinks, and they promised to stop the fighting. Jack had shown them that there was another way, a way of peace and understanding. From that day forward, the Tigers and Lions stopped fighting. They still had their differences, but they learned to respect each other and to see beyond their prejudices. Jack had taught them a valuable lesson, that violence only begets more violence, and that the real battle is fought with kindness and compassion. The townspeople were amazed at the transformation that had taken place. They marveled at the sight of tigers and lions walking together, arm in arm, and they knew that they had witnessed something truly remarkable. And Jack, well, he had found his place in the town. He had become a beacon of hope and a symbol of peace. He had shown that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way to make things better.
With that, we've come to the end of today's storytelling. I hope you got value from the story. Kindly subscribe, like, comment and share with your family and friends. Stay blessed. Bye.